Sometimes in our prolonged stress, we actually begin these negative thought patterns, or what we would call negative self talk. We start to say, this is never going to change. Nothing's going to be different. It's never going to happen. We may even adapt some things about our identity. We're unlovable. We're unworthy. We're less than, ugly. Nobody cares. Nobody wants me. Nobody understands. I'm a burden. These are things that you can sit there and marinate on and actually just continue to fill your mind with over and over again. And those thought patterns have impact. They have impact on how you respond to the world. They have impact on how you respond to your friends and your families and those people that care about you because you're thinking about this idea. For instance, if you think that you're unlovable or you're unworthy, you will find ways to show that you're unworthy. You'll find ways to prove the point that you have currently in your thought pattern. Your thoughts impact your emotions, which impacts your behaviors. Those thoughts matters. That's why we hear the scripture that says, take your thoughts captive, not just so you can hold on to them, take them captive so that you can process them and identify what is truly being said here, what is true in this moment. And I think for us, especially as young people, when we're seeing our prolonged stress impact the way that we think about ourselves, it can impact us in a very, very deadly way. Thoughts of, I'm not needed anymore, thoughts of nobody cares, these things have lifelong consequences. Now, what do we do with those? What do we do with these thoughts that maybe aren't healthy? First and foremost, you might want to share those thoughts with someone else who is a trusted, supportive adult in your life, someone who cares for you, someone who listens, someone who will value you and see you, so that they may show you places of help, places of hope, and places of healing for you as a person. The enemy wants us to keep those thoughts inwardly. Don't share them with anybody. Don't say anything with them. But what I encourage you to do is to share those with others who are trusted adults in your life so that you can receive the help that you need. Sometimes we just need somebody else's perspective. Sometimes we just need somebody else to sit with us, hear us, to see us. And in the midst of all those negative thought patterns, sometimes we just need the slightest adjustments and we would be back in focus on what's true and authentic about who you are as a person. And if you haven't heard this today, or you haven't heard this in some time or some while, I have three things I want you to know. Number one, you're loved. You're loved by many. You're loved by individuals that are in your life that you're aware of and that you're not aware of, but you're truly loved for who you are. Number two, you're enough. This world will tell you over and over again that you're not enough. You won't meet up to these expectations, your parents' expectations, your friends, your family, your schools, wherever you're at, but you're enough. And lastly, you belong. So many times these negative thought patterns want to isolate you and make you feel like you don't belong, but you do. You belong and you're connected to a greater story. And I hope today that you hear me freshly. You belong, you're loved, and you're enough. And as you walk through these negative thought patterns, finding other trusted adults in your life and others that would say that to you on a regular basis, I hope that your journey will have help, healing, and hope inside of it.